に合わせて叫べ勝利の雄たけびを秘密戦隊ゴレムニジャー
Chapter 15, Dynamic Explosion. Author's note: there is much pun-intended stuff with why certain characters are chosen. After all, this is an explosive chapter. Also, the dialogue of the commanders is being even out as of this time. Thanks. At the new skybase, it was another fine morning. Everybody had just returned from their Earth training and back to the base. Professor Makino, Bulk and Skull are seen humming happily. Bulk and Skull are cleaning the hallway, singing the Shinkenger theme. I have to admit, being lost in a strange world isn't so bad after all, said Bulk. But I have to admit, Spike's mother was my only love, said Skull. And Spike is nowhere to be found. Man, I hate to think where he is right now. Maybe he'll join us, said Bulk. And then we can get all the help in all the crazy adventures we'll be having. As of right now, boys, I'm glad I have you as my ally, said Professor Makino. On the other hand, the explosive team was finally assembled. They are Bon, Asuka, Billy, Gaku, and Katherine. They were at the dining hall on the same table, which will now be called the mission table. Bulk and Skull can be seen serving the curry to the heroes. Well, eat up, guys, said Bulk. The chefs made it all special today. You're going to need all the food if you expect to win today's battle or whenever it is. Oh, Bulk, we have guard duties to do, said Skull. Professor Makino has more jobs for us to do. Thanks, guys, said Gaku. I can't wait to start shooting up bad guys again, said Bon. Oh yeah, the new curry is explosive, just like our next mission will be. It's not Japanese curry, it's Indian curry, and I'm loving it, said Asuka. Genta really knows how to cook. Takeru, on the other hand, is a flaming chef. I just wonder why he is still in love with Mako. Oh, love can really be blind, can't it? Genta Unemori arrived and said, Do you wish for more? There's more curry in the kitchen. No more, thanks, said Asuka. But I do admit, having Bulk and Skull around is giving us a lively atmosphere. Meanwhile, at the lobby, the heroes were having their own talks about getting together as a team. Looks like it's time to prove my worth to this organization, said Katherine. There are still other characters who we haven't met. Oh yeah, Bokenger, Goanger, and there's a lot more. I hope I can bond with everyone. I have to admit the directress herself is cool. Don't worry, Katherine. You'll get to know everyone here, said Supreme Commander Ryu Tenu. And my children will be eager to meet you. My kids, Mikiko and Ken, will also be glad to meet you. I'll be back in my post soon. Kimberly Hart entered and said, Well, Kat, I do hope you enjoy your stay here. We will do whatever we can to finish this battle and set the timeline straight. Well, I do think me and our counterparts will be cooler, said Katherine. Boy, I can't forget meeting my O-Ranger counterpart Momo in my dreams. Meanwhile, at the laboratory where Ranu is working with Professor Makino, some team of idiots entered. They were Natsuki and Eri as they entered with a jolly spirit. The laboratory is off limits, said Professor Makino angrily. Bulk, Skull, take care of these airheads. Right away, boss, said Bulk and Skull. Bulk and Skull finally came in with their straitjackets to deal with the naughty ladies. You girls better leave, said Bulk angrily. You two could end up with detention for playing in this dangerous place, said Skull. It's two big meanies, said Eri and Natsuki together. You can't stop us, said Natsuki. We're going to play in here, said Eri. The two of them then entered into the laboratory area and they slipped in so fast. This can't be good. They moved in so fast, said Bulk. Boys, we've got to rush in and get them, said Professor Makino. Roger, said Bulk and Skull. Oh, what is this place? Said Eri, who had just arrived with her other friends, but she strayed far away from them. We're not scared, are we? Said Natsuki. Oh, it's nice to know there's somebody like me in this boring place, said Eri. Me too, said Natsuki. I know, let's play with the equipment and all the colorful liquids we could find. Hey, look, what's that? Said Eri. They saw a place full of chemicals. Ranu was simply sorting things out. All the colorful liquid drives make me happy, said Natsuki. Oh, let's play with each and every one of them, said Eri. They caused a panic to the laboratory staff. Professor Makino, Bulk, and Skull were trying to save the laboratory from a sudden explosion. Hey, stop that, said Ranu. Girls, you're going to blow up the laboratory. Bulk and Skull tried to stop them, only ended up hitting Professor Makino instead. Oh, sorry, boss, said Bulk and Skull. The other Ghost Agers were checking their respective quarters. Alata was wondering why Bladeron has returned. Didn't we destroy Bladeron? Why is he back harassing us again, said Alata. Don't be surprised, we were told that some evil bad guy resurrected countless villains to help him conquer the world and then the universe. He did return as Gidoshu, so this event isn't surprising either, said Hyde. Oh, where's Eri? Has she strayed off again, said Mornay, pretty worried when she noticed Eri wasn't with them. I think she ran off with some new friend of hers, said Alata. I think she's made a new friend to wreck this joint. Back to the laboratory, the two girls were so hyper that an explosion happened. Billy, here's the explosion. What the? Said Billy. The laboratory has an explosion. I must get there. Billy, stop, said Asuka. What about the mission? Just let him be for now, said Bon. He's attracted to the job or worse, married to it. Besides, it's an emergency. We can't go home to an empty base. I think there's something more than that, said Katherine. I think he's really in love with that Ranu girl. It's not time to be saying those kinds of stuff, said Bon. We've got to focus on our mission. But I think he's just there to keep the base from exploding. At the laboratory, the sprinklers began to activate because of the fire explosion. What's going on? Said Eri. I don't know, but it's beautiful, said Natsuki. Hooray! It's raining in the laboratory, said the two airheads.
You're not stupid!
Billy jumps in just in time to save Ranu from a chemical spill. Billy, you saved me in the nick of time, said Ranu. Anything for you, Ranu, said Billy. Unfortunately, it has hit both Natsuki and Eri too. They were now splashed with some chemicals. See what mischief you two did, said Billy. Quickly, to the safety shower with you. And he pushed them in, and it was activated. Wah! Said Natsuki and Eri. The two airheads were placed in the safety shower, with both of them crying out very loud. That should take care of you two, said Billy, who then pulled them out. Bulk and Skull finally came in with Swan and Professor Makino. You girls are in so much trouble, said Swan. No! Said Eri and Natsuki. Bulk and Skull tied up both girls to bring them to the detention center? Director Aya soon got upset about the whole situation. She had them brought to her office. She had the fury that was ready to punish them both severely, as if she had become a monster because she feared for the others. Eri and Natsuki were chained down to their chairs. What's the big deal with these chains? Said Eri angrily. Yeah, we're not criminals, said Eri. You girls are in so much trouble now, said Bulk, who was standing right next to them with Professor Makino and Skull. Bulk and Skull gave such creepy glares to scare them both. They're freaky, said Eri and Natsuki. Aya finally showed her temper outburst at them. You girls should know better not to play around in the laboratory. You could have blown up the whole new sky base. I hereby put you in detention for 2 weeks, said Director Aya. You two can start cleaning up the mess and then go to the rock piles after that. But we were just having fun, said Eri. No buts. The laboratory is not a playground, said Director Aya. There is nothing fun when people get injured. Why do you think the Super Sentai was established in this first place, or in extension the Power Rangers? To protect the lives of the innocent. And what you did is a disgrace to the code of honor to the Super Sentai. Doggy, Swan, and Miki Masugi was called into the office to help her out. Commander Doggy, I do hope you could teach these girls proper etiquette. Sorry for being so messy as of today. Do you have any suggestions or last words to say before I let you handle them, said Director Aya. Director, I may recommend Miki Masugi for the job. She is in fact far more of an expert in dealing with female discipline than I am. They should work at the rock piles that was prepared for the worst offenders in this base. They happen to be the first offenders as of this time, so let us make an example, said Doggy. Good suggestion, Doggy, said Director Aya. Well, first I'll make them clean the laboratory, said Swan. They have offended me so much. Miki Masugi, I order you to put Eri and Natsuki under preventive suspension. These girls could have destroyed the facility. I hope this incident will teach people to act accordingly in this base. But first, kindly accompany Swan to see they are punished by cleaning the laboratory, said Director Aya. Yes, Director, said Miki Masugi with a salute. Good luck, then, girls, said Doggy. No! Screamed both Natsuki and Eri as Miki Masugi dragged them by their ears.
This isn't funny!
You girls will need to learn your lesson the hard way, said Miki Masaki. The other Ghost Sages were simply thinking about Eri's recklessness after they heard what happened to her and Natsuki. I do hope Eri learns her lesson from her naughtiness, said Alata. Maybe we can be spared from her food too. I do have to agree, Takeru's special is really great. Yeah, right, said Agri. On the other hand, I can't believe the legendary guy from the sky is here, said Morne. I don't know why the rest of the Gosei world created an image in his honor. He's just a regular human despite his stature. Back at the laboratory, Ranu was crying. It's all right now, said Billy. By the way, I have to dry up to meet the others. By the way, I do hope you can get the lab fixed on time for Mikito's science project. She'll start working on it. Her father wanted the laboratory prepared. I'll get it prepared, said Ranu. See you later, Ranu, said Billy. Thanks for saving me, Billy, said Ranu. Ranu's thoughts were now more calm. Those girls, wait till I get my hands on them, said Ranu. Well then, I still have a mission to go to, said Billy. It'd be nice to take you along to see a scientific Sentai group. I met them, though, but they were much older when I was studying for my degree, said Ranu. Oh, Billy, good luck then. At the United Alliance of Evil base, Radiguet was now thinking of his latest countermeasure against the United Super Sentai and Power Rangers Alliance.
What is it this time, Finster? A monster that blows itself up?
Oh, I wonder how I can easily get rid of those Super Sentai and Power Rangers groups. I have to admit that most of the Power Rangers aren't that strong, but they seem to be a supplementary tablets to those Sentai groups. I would really have to rethink my strategies, even if it meant I'd have to violate all their women I can find attractive on their ship at once, said Radiguet. He was still angry at Florius' interference that he had him locked up. Florius was being tortured inside his prison cell by being forced to deal with worm stuff. Well, Emperor, I suggest we get rid of that snowman soon, said Gaija. He's getting on my nerves. You're right, said Radiguet. However, for the Sentai year 1983, I think we can send Long, Mikoto, and Shizuka to do the job. As for the snowman, I do think I can keep him for the reason of distracting my rage from killing everyone. Yes, Emperor, said Long. There's no problem with that, said Mikoto Nadagai. I am not killed Abare Killer for nothing, but why am I here? Fool. Unlike Trenza, I'll have to be more careful around him, said Long. At the Sentai year 1983, the heroes had arrived, and so had the villains. Mikoto Nadagai was still yawning, thinking of why he even existed. Long-sama, do you know any more about my past before I entered the United Alliance of Evil, said Mikoto Nadagai. That doesn't matter anymore, said Long. All that matters is we are here to work on a new monster for the Jazinka. I think this leech should do the trick. Leech? Said Shizuka. Oh, I hate leeches, but if it does make a perfect monster, it would be a good addition. It's best we proceed to Jazinka's base as soon as possible, said Miko Nadagai. If some of my memory serves me right, they are linked to the Evorians. That's a good suggestion, said Long. Those Dynamen will be drained of their powers. This is bad, his memory is returning. If Shizuka returns to her jolly self rather than the Ice Queen Radiguet made her to be as Maria's replacement, things can go wrong. Or maybe it'd be better so I can take over, said Long. At the Jazinka Castle, Emperor Atan is holding a meeting with General Carr, his son Prince Migdo, and Princess Chimera. The United Alliance of Evil entered. What is this? Said General Carr. Do you dare to approach the Emperor with such disrespect and lack of dignity? We come from the United Alliance of Evil, said Long. We do not intend to harm your kingdom. In fact, we are here to help. United Alliance of Evil, said Migdo angrily. Are you kidding me? Maybe you are just a group of rock stars. Calm down, cousin, said Chimera. That's no way we should react. Well, sire, we're here to offer you advice, your majesty, said Mikoto. A leech monster would be a good way against the Dynamen to suck them dry. Let it be so, said Aten. We might just need a new device to beat those guys. I will take my chances of treachery, but the Dynamen keep defeating us. I team up with the devil myself. Meanwhile, the heroes have been assembled into the past. Billy was excited to hear it was past inventions and meeting great scientists he's reading about. So maybe be a witness to great inventions, said Billy. Ranu telling me about them being her mentors is something. Billy, you seem to talk a lot about Ranu. I guess there's something between you two, said Katherine. Oh, not really, said Billy, trying to change the subject. I've heard of those guys, but they're a lot older now, said Bon. But it'd be great to meet their younger selves, said Asuka. Gaku was keeping a watchful eye like an eagle would.